I am driving alone along a frozen motorway. The tarmac glazed with ice, snow packed into the cracks, the world reduced to white shoulders and a gray strip ahead of me. The sky is heavy and pale, and my headlamps carve a narrow tunnel through drifting frost. Everything feels routine, silent, controlled. I slow down as wind pushes loose snow across the road, thin sheets sliding like smoke over the ice. My hands stay tight on the steering wheel, my breath steady, my eyes trained forward. This is just another winter drive, another empty stretch where nothing ever happens. Then I notice movement on the edge of the frozen motorway. I ease off the accelerator, my tires crunching softly, and I see a small shape near the crash barrier. At first it looks like debris, something dark against the snow. As I draw closer, the shape shifts, unsteady, alive. I stop the car. In the beam of my headlamps, I see a bear cub standing on the frozen hard shoulder of the motorway. The bear cub is small, its fur matted with ice crystals, its legs trembling as it struggles to stay upright on the slick surface. The bear cub opens its mouth wide, and even without sound reaching me clearly through the cold air and closed windows, I can see it screaming for help. The bear cub's chest heaves rapidly. Frost clings to its whiskers. Its paws slip slightly, claws scraping uselessly against ice-covered tarmac. The bear cub is alone, exposed, freezing, surrounded by snowbanks and steel rails, with fast-moving cold pressing in from every direction. I step out of the car, and the cold slams into me immediately, biting through my jacket and gloves. My boots slide a little as I move closer. Careful, slow, aware of the danger of both the ice and the wild animal in front of me. The bear cub turns, its head towards me. Its eyes are wide, dark, glassy with fear. It screams again, its body hunching low, shoulders tight, as if every muscle is locked between running and collapsing. The bear cub does not charge. It does not flee. It stays right there, crying out, as if it knows it cannot survive much longer on this frozen motorway. I scan the surroundings quickly. No sign of the mother bear. No trees close enough for shelter. Just the endless frozen road, the cutting wind, and this small bear cub losing strength by the second. I realize, standing there on the ice, that the bear cub is not just making noise. It is asking for help in the only way it can, and if I do nothing, the cold will decide the ending instead of me. I take another step closer, and the bear cub flinches but does not move away. Its breathing is shallow now, rapid and uneven, each exhale creating tiny clouds of frost in the freezing air. I can see ice forming along the edges of its fur, spreading slowly across its body like a white infection. The wind picks up suddenly, harder than before, and I feel the cold cutting straight through my jacket. If I feel it this intensely with layers of protection, the bear cub has no chance. Its small body is already shutting down, conserving whatever heat it has left. I glance at my car, engine still running, exhaust rising into the pale sky. I could leave. I could drive away and pretend I never saw this. But the bear cub's eyes stay locked on mine, and something in that gaze keeps me frozen in place. I crouch down slowly, keeping my distance, trying not to appear threatening. The bear cub watches me, muscles tense, ready to bolt if needed. But it doesn't bolt. It stays there, shaking, crying out softly, its voice weaker now than before. I realize I cannot simply pick up a wild animal, even a dying one. The bear cub's instincts are still intact. One wrong move and it will panic, run deeper into the snowbanks, disappear into the frozen wasteland where I will never find it again. I need to move carefully. I need to think. The temperature is dropping. I can feel it in my bones. The sun is setting somewhere behind the heavy clouds, and soon this motorway will be completely dark, completely frozen, completely unforgiving. I check my mobile quickly. No signal. The motorway is too remote, too empty. I am on my own. The bear cub stumbles slightly, its front legs giving out for a moment before it catches itself. It is running out of time. Every second I hesitate is another second closer to the point of no return. I stand up slowly and move towards my car, keeping my eyes on the bear cub. It watches me, confused, afraid I am leaving. But I am not. Leaving? I open the back door of my car and pull out a thick blanket. The only tool I have that might work. The bear cub screams again, louder this time, desperate, as if it knows this is its last chance. I turn back towards it, blanket in hand, and take a deep breath. The cold burns my lungs, the wind pushes against me, and the bear cub waits, trembling, dying, trusting me in a way no wild animal should ever trust a human. I move forward slowly, the blanket stretched between my hands like a net. The bear cub watches every step, its body low and tense, ready to bolt but too weak to actually run. I stop a few feet away and crouch down again, making myself smaller, less threatening. The bear cub's eyes never leave mine. I can see its chest still heaving, frost clinging to every part of its small body. I toss the blanket gently forward, letting it land softly near the bear cub's feet. Bear cub flinches hard, stumbling backward, but the ice catches its paws and it slips. Before it can recover, I move quickly. I wrap the blanket around the bear cub in one smooth motion, pulling it close against my chest. The bear cub screams and thrashes wildly inside the blanket, its small body, twisting with surprising strength fueled by pure panic. I hold tight, keeping the blanket secure, but not crushing. The bear cub's claws scrape uselessly against the thick fabric. Its muffled cries break my heart, but I cannot let go now. I stand up carefully, cradling the thrashing bundle against my chest and move towards my car as quickly as the ice allows. My boots slide twice, but I keep my balance, protecting the bear cub from any impact. I reach the car and pull the back door open wider with one hand. I place the bundled bear cub gently on the back seat. The bear cub is still, struggling, but weaker now, exhausted from the fight and the cold. I close the door quickly and rush to the driver's seat. I crank the heater to maximum, feeling warm air blast through the vents immediately. The car fills with heat. I glance back at the bear cub through the rearview mirror. The thrashing has stopped. The bundle of blanket rises and falls rapidly with panicked breathing. But the bear cub is no longer fighting. I pull back onto the frozen motorway and accelerate carefully, searching desperately for any sign of help. A town, a ranger station, a veterinary surgery, anything. Then I see it in the distance, a small wooden building with a sign, Wildlife Rescue Center. My hands tighten on the steering wheel as hope floods through me for the first time since I stopped on this frozen road. I slam the brakes in front of the Wildlife Rescue Center and jump out, leaving the engine running. I pull open the back door and grab the blanket bundle carefully, feeling the bear cub's weak movements inside. I kick the rescue center's door hard with my boot. A woman in her 40s wearing scrubs rushes out immediately. Her eyes go wide when she sees the bundle in my arms. Hypothermia, I say quickly. Found it on the motorway. It's been out there too long. She doesn't waste time with questions. She gestures urgently for me to follow and runs inside. I move fast behind her, boots tracking snow and ice across the floor. She leads me into a treatment room with steel, tables and bright lights. Put it here, she commands, pointing at a padded exam table. I place the bundle down and step back. She unwraps the blanket carefully, revealing the bear cub for the first time since I grabbed it. The bear cub lies completely still, eyes closed, body limp. Ice still clings, ill, to its fur in patches. Is it? I start to ask, my throat tightening. She presses 2 fingers against the bear cub's chest, feeling for a heartbeat. Her face goes pale. It's crashing. Core temperature is too low. Another staff member, a young man, runs in with heating pads and warm IV fluids. The woman shakes her head sharply. No, she says firmly. Not yet. Warm it too fast and the heart will stop. We need to go slow. She wraps the bear cub in special thermal blankets instead, layers and layers, creating a controlled warming environment. She inserts a small thermometer and watches the digital readout climb painfully slowly. Minutes stretch into eternity. The bear cub doesn't move, doesn't open its eyes, doesn't make a sound. Then, finally, a twitch. One small paw flexes slightly inside the thermal blankets. The woman exhales hard. It's responding. We're past the worst. Realize I've been holding my breath. My legs feel weak. I grab the edge of the table to steady myself as relief crashes over me in waves. Over the next 2 hours, the bear cub's condition stabilizes. The woman moves it to a heated recovery cage lined with soft blankets. The bear cub's eyes open, slowly, glassy but aware. It blinks a few times, taking in its new surroundings. I watch through the cage bars as the bear cub lifts its head slightly, then lowers it back down, too exhausted to do more. But it's breathing normally now, no longer gasping. The ice has melted completely from its fur. The woman comes over to stand beside me. You saved its life, she says quietly. Another 10 minutes on that motorway and we wouldn't be having this conversation. I nod, unable to speak. My hands are still shaking from the adrenaline. She explains that the bear cub will need to stay here for at least a week, maybe 2, to regain strength and weight. Then, if the mother can be located, they'll attempt a reunion. If not, they'll release it in a protected area when spring arrives. I ask if I can visit. She smiles and says yes. 3 days later, I return. The bear cub is standing now, moving around the recovery cage. It looks stronger, healthier. Its fur is clean and dry. When it sees me approach, it doesn't panic or retreat. It simply watches me with those same dark eyes. I reach my hand slowly towards the cage bars. The bear cub moves closer, sniffing the air cautiously. For one brief moment, its nose touches my fingertip through the bars. Then it turns away and retreats to the back of the cage, where it curls up on the blankets. But before it closes its eyes, it glances back at me one last time. A silent acknowledgement of what happened between us on that frozen motorway. I leave the rescue center with something I didn't expect. Peace. Not because I'm a hero, not because I did something extraordinary, but because when I had the choice to drive away, I didn't. And that somehow makes all the difference.